Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Unfortunately, the last couple of weeks has been pretty nasty in the market. You can see this is the SPY chart right here. Thought I'd go over a few different things today, including the first losses that Nate Bear has suffered in his awesome Profit Surge Trader service. And we can talk about that a little bit because I want to make sure that I show all the wins, which I've been doing, but also all the closed losses as well. So I only show trades when they're closed. I show the winners when they close and the losers when they close as well. And all that can be found in the main review article that I'm writing. So Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader review. I'll leave that link in the description below. And right down the bottom here is where I'm going to start adding all the different trades that are being done inside here. So I've tried to add as many as I can so far. There's loads of testimonials. Actually, let me just check up here. Let's see, cost and what you get. So you can see a track record. He's famous for turning 37,000 into 2.7 million. So this guy really knows how to trade. Here we go, actually. Here's the results. I'm doing these videos like the one I'm doing now. I'm dating them and putting them into this blog post, right? So you can see all the previous winners and I think up to about here. And then I'm putting the official track record. So this video will go in just above here. It's the first losses on Frog and PLTR. So before we get started, one thing that you might want to try is I'll leave a link in the description below. It's for a free course called Learn How to Win 90% of Your Trades in 90 Seconds. This was put together by me and my friend Lance, who runs thetatraders.com. And basically this strategy is awesome. It allows you to make money even if the market's going down, whether it goes up, whether it just goes sideways. And it's very easy to learn the basics, which a lot of people don't even know about. So definitely come and check this out. We have a little video and a whole bunch of testimonials from people that have done the course or been part of thetatraders.com. But you can get this completely free. Some people would charge you 900 bucks or something, 997 for this type of course. But it really isn't worth that type of money in terms of like, you can get this stuff here for free. So I'll just go and do that. So I'll leave this link in the description below. So if you're getting frustrated with the market, maybe you're only buying calls and puts and you've never really considered how to do spreads or how to do selling options for premium, you might want to check this out. So the link will be in the description below. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about Frog and PLTR. So this is unfortunate that the market turned over early April. So you can see here's a zoom in. The market really started to turn over right at the end of March, and then it's really started to pull down hard now. And so unfortunately some of Nate Bear's trades have started to do the same thing. Not too surprising, but still a little bit annoying. So it's going to be very interesting going forward to see like how Nate Bear's trades actually work when the market is in a strong downtrend. Like if this continues all the way down, which nobody has any idea whether it will or not, right? Whether the trades continue to work or continue not to work, really, and see how that goes. So if we go to Frog, which was one that he just closed, not Fro. Fro actually is going up, which is good. But Frog, you can see what's happened here around the same time the market started to tank. But here, we got this really bad sell-off that's really exaggerated on this nice pattern that he alerted on here on April 1st. So it's kind of ironic that April Fool's Day is the first time that we enter trades that Frog would actually like fail. And so you can see the pattern here, hopefully. Looks really solid, but as soon as it broke this main key line here and came down, my idea would be to cut it. I never actually got in this one. I tend not to get in the bonus trades a lot. I just stick with like the main core once a week trades. But this is a bonus trade, and he used basically all the squeezies on SAM, which is his proprietary software, which looks at all the squeezies and all the different time frames, takes into account various different factors. And so his trade plan was enter near the 8 EMA around $44, stump under the close of 41. So did he follow the trade plan? Not really. So let's have a look on the daily. Let's see, maybe he did. Thought I was looking at a daily chart here, but okay. So we zoom in here. This is Frog. So he gave it a little bit more room than he should have. So if he had closed here on, I think this here. I mean, like one candle here, he gave it another couple of candles before closing it out, unfortunately. So people ended up closing out down at like 38 instead of 41. So you can see it was a pretty obvious pattern break, but sometimes this will happen and then it'll just sort of kind of come back up. Like people get shaken out, so that's why you give it probably a little bit more room. But with the market really pulling this thing down, it was just kind of a dead loss at that point. So it's kind of an example of a failed net bear trade on Frog. So if we go back to the dashboard here, this is dashboard. This is where he goes live every Monday to talk about these trades, what he's planning to do. So you can see he was in at 350. He actually averaged down. So now he's long 335 average on them. And then he took like a 50% loss. Actually more than a 50% loss. Be 240. My advice on this for people that are maybe new to these types of trades is I wouldn't take more than a 50% loss. After that, it becomes a bit harder. And sure, you want to give some room, but you also want to make sure that you're not giving. If you take two like hits in a row with 100%, then it's going to be more difficult to recover from that. The only caveat to that would say if you've got a big account and you're using small positions on this, then if you're only using it like 5% or 3% of your account per trade, then you can afford to give it a bit more room and you may end up with better results overall. And if you don't, it's not a big deal because you're not getting your account smashed to pieces. However, if you're going into these trades with half of your account or a third of your account, then you're going to be really screwed if you go into a trade and you lose 70% of that position. So you've got to be, or 80% or 90%, you've got to be careful that even though we've had this long run, it's like 4 months of non-stop winning, there's maybe a couple of weird trades in there, but mostly non-stop winning, then the problem is that people become too overconfident and probably we're starting to do bigger position sizes. I see this time and time again. When a system is working, people start to scale up, and then of course you get hit by the market downturning, like what it's doing at the moment. PLTR was his other losing trade. We've played that another couple of times this last month, and it's not nearly as bad, although part of it was I played this on a bounce, and so I never got hit on this. I've actually made money on PLTR this month just because I always wait for a day or so after he enters so that I'm getting a better price usually. But this thing has really come down and this is looking like kind of a head and shoulders pattern now as well on the daily chart. So this one was another almost full loss. So again, I wouldn't advise people to follow Nate exactly on this. If you did and you were in heavy, then you're going to be hurting pretty badly. So try and set your stops, in my opinion, to 50%. Now sometimes it'll dip to like 10%, but then it'll miraculously recover. We had one called AMD, which did that. I think it was AMD, and it rebounded back and was a huge winner. But that's the exception, not the rule. So if I was you guys, it's what I do and how I've consistently made money with Nate Bear stuff, is keep a 50% stop on it. Like, give it a little bit of room. I would say like 20% is too tight. These things will move just that much. So I would say like 40-50% probably enough. Again, it depends on your own circumstances and your own position sizing. If you're going small, then you might give it more room. If you're going big, don't give too much room or you'll start to suffer and give up, which is what happens when the market turns down. I've seen it over and over again. People will join a service, they'll make a bunch of money, the market will do this, it'll start trending down. And by this point, though, they've been on this nice upswing, so they start getting bigger and bigger position sizes until they get destroyed on the downswing. So I would be very careful going forward. If you're going to join Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader, you can do it at the top here. There's a link to watch a video here on it, and also you can click here to sign up for, it's only $179 for a whole year, which is awesome. But if you're joining now and the market's in a downtrend, I would paper trade some of these and make sure that, Nate's able to pick ones that have the strength, these earning winners that have the strength even in a down market, which is no easy feat. So we'll see how this goes going forward. I still highly recommend this service. I think we've had a sort of a string of bad luck here with the market and also just the particular trades, because there are some trades that survive, right? But the ones we've been in haven't really survived so far once the market downturns. So definitely take a few minutes to read this article. I also did an interview with Nate a while back, right here, where he talks about this strategy. And I may actually have him back on my channel soon and say, hey, like now the market's downturning, what are we going to do? What's the plan? Are these trades going to hold up in a downwards market? I'm sure he has a strategy and a plan. He traded for quite a while in various different market conditions. So he's got to have some sort of plan for adapting to the market downturn if that's what we're seeing. We may just be seeing a market pullback, right? We may just be seeing a pullback and then a continuation. If we look on the longer time frame here, try and zoom out here, you know, we could just be seeing a dip like this one and then a continuation up. This one might be a bit deeper. You look all the way back, you know, looking back here on this last run, try and get back to, we were in a downtrend for a while. But the cool thing is, like, you can make money in a downwards market, and that's why I kept coming back to this idea of selling options for premium, because often you can make some better money in a downwards market, because just the way the volatility works and things. So definitely check this out. Alright guys, hopefully that's helpful. I hope you appreciate the transparency of me sharing these losing trades with you for Nate Bear's service. So far I've been really happy with it, but honestly I wasn't in Frog, so I really am not in anything at the moment from Nate Bear. I've been focusing on selling futures options in thetatraders.com. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful, and I will talk to you guys soon.